there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we are talking Love and Marriage Huntsville. You guys know why you are here today. We are talking because we need to discuss the Fletchers extended scene with the children about cutting them off. So earlier, you guys remember I talked about the original scene in which Nell met with Chris at his office to discuss how it is affecting her mental health. All this money that they are shelling out to their grown kids who apparently have jobs, but apparently do not have money to pay their bills, you guys. And apparently are not being taught anything about financial literacy. And this is the thing. And so then by the time that they meet with the kids later on, these kids are defensive. And then there's the suggestion of therapy, and they're like, well, you need therapy. like just talking back to the parents with no respect. But this is what happens, you guys, when people do not set boundaries, when you spoil your kids to the point that they do not respect you and they just assume that there is always going to be a handout, they're always going to receive something. And then when you decide, oh wait, we're shelling too much money out to our adult kids, enough is enough. I want to spend this money on vacation. I want to spend this money on this. I want to do X, Y, and Z. Now all of a sudden it's a thing. But had you made those plans in advance and set those boundaries in advance, there wouldn't be these conversations with the kids. There wouldn't be. And I don't understand. Are any of the kids that still live there that are adults, are they paying rent? Are they contributing anything towards the household? Or are they literally allowed to work and, come and go as they please and then still ask you for money as well with their bills? Because that is not how I was brought up at all, right? That was not going to be a situation, right? Like once you were 18 or 17, 18, whatever, once you graduated high school, you better been off to college, off to the military, off somewhere. And in the event you have to come back home after you graduate college or whatever, you're not living there rent-free. You are getting a full-time job. You are going to figure out what you want to do with your life, what career path you want to choose. Oh, and by the way, you're going to be contributing to this house. You're going to be paying something towards the rent. And not only that, you're going to be cleaning too. You're going to be doing dishes just like you were as a kid, just like you were when you were growing up. So I just need to understand the lack of boundaries that the Fletchers have as it pertains to their kids, how they spoil them rotten and then want to do a complete 180 when now all of a sudden all the money they're shelling out, they actually need for other things or other things that they want to do with themselves. You can't have it both ways. You have to set boundaries. Yes, you have been able to afford your children a nice life. But what comes with that is financial literacy, telling them the importance of managing money, that instead of going out and buying the latest designer everything, are all of your bills paid first? Instead of going out and, going out for a night out on the town or whatever, or spending money even on someone else if they've got a girlfriend or whatever, are your bills paid? Have you paid your phone bill? Have you paid your car insurance? Have you paid if you're leasing a vehicle? Have you paid your car payment? What, I don't understand. This is crazy. These are grown adults, you guys. Grown adults with jobs. 2 of the kids have already been arrested. And like I said, I don't know if this was filmed before or after the arrest. But clearly, them having a job, them getting money from their parents is still not enough if you still have to go out and steal, you guys. Obviously, there's a disconnect. Obviously, there is a mismanagement of funds. Obviously, there are important bills that are not being paid, that are not being addressed. And now all of a sudden, and see, that's the thing too. We don't even know the situation with the kids as far as like what bills and things that they're not paying or that they're putting off to be in design or whatever. This is just like an abrupt conversation. Like, oh, by the way, we're cutting you off.
after you've exposed them to this spoiled lifestyle for all of these years, instead of teaching them the importance of doing the work, whether it's the necessary education or certifications or training that is involved to get to a certain level so that you can be able to support yourself, and if you decide to have a family one day. That should have been the message, not just buying the kids whatever they wanted, and then they're so used to you buying them everything that boundaries never even set as an adult. That they still can ask you things or put on their wish list anything they want, just like they did when they were kids. But that's not their fault. It starts at the top. And if you've created an environment where these people can get whatever they want, whenever they want, you can't be shocked when they start to flip it back on you and say, you need help after, doing all of this for me all these years, and want to put the gauntlet on now. Well, after I'm a grown adult, well, after, I have a job, I have X, Y, and Z going on, and now you want to do a 180? No. The kids have a point there. I just don't get it. I don't know. Are the Fletchers afraid of their kids? Because it makes zero sense why these boundaries weren't in place from the jump. That there shouldn't have been this expectation that they could just get whatever they want because their parents had the means to do so. That they understood the importance of working hard and being successful and obtaining a certain level of income or salary or what have you, that once you pay your bills, once you are a responsible adult, then you can talk about, if you want to put money in savings, or if you have a retirement plan, or if you have an investment portfolio or whatever. But then after that, whatever's left over, thinking about, okay, maybe I want to, go shopping at the mall, or maybe I want to go to the movies, or maybe I want to go out, and have a good time with my friends or whatever. But all of that should be last on the list before addressing the bills and addressing the things that need taken care of as an adult. Everything else after that is for fun stuff. It's for stuff that you want to do, stuff you want to reward yourself with your money. But if you can't afford to maintain a lifestyle of paying your bills and being able to have money left over to still do fun things for yourself, and you still need to ask your parents for handouts, and you are still getting arrested even when that's being said and done, and stealing things, allegedly, obviously there's a disconnect. Obviously something went wrong, that the kids feel as though they do not have to manage their money. That the kids do not feel like they have to save their money and pay their own bills and not rely on their parents to help them get out of all of these binds that they put themselves in. Because you've created an environment where they can have anything they want whenever they want. So basically every day is Christmas in the house. So nonetheless, how are you going to flip it now and say, oh, all that's cut off? All these designer things I bought you, all these nice things I bought you for the last 20 plus years, all of that is done now. You can't do that. Because it should have been established when these kids turned 18, whether they went off to college, whether they went off to a trade school or went to the military or even decided to stay home. The boundary needed to be set that, listen, you're going to get a job, you're going to do something with yourself, you're not going to be living here rent-free. And if you are going to be living here, you need to get to work and do some things. But this isn't going to be a free-for-all. And even if you do live out on your own and have your own place or whatever, don't assume that you could just run and I'm just going to pay your bills. I'm just going to furnish, wherever you live, wherever you stay, and whatever money you make at your job, you could just spend it on whatever. That's not how this works. But again, like I said, when the, standard is not set, when the boundaries are not set, these are the things that happen. It gets to a point where you realize you're shelling out way too much money to grown kids who have jobs, who have the means to make a living for themselves. But now all of a sudden you want to do something fun. You want to go on a cruise. You want to, buy something nice for yourself. You want to go on vacation somewhere. You want to, do whatever. And some of that money that's coming in is going right to the kids. And you don't see any of it. But who set that standard? So apparently the next episode is going to be therapy. And it's going to feature that therapist that was on Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I have a feeling this is going to go left. It's going to go left just like it did when Nene tried to organize this last time. It's going to go left. I already know it is going to be flipped around and reversed, and it is going to be all Chris and Nell's fault, and there is going to be zero accountability, zero responsibility for the kids. They're going to all gang up on their parents, and it's going to be a hot mess, you guys, because I already know how this is going to go. The people who think that they are setting this up to do good for the family, it is going to completely combust, you guys. It is going to be an epic and utter fail. It is going to be an epic disaster because the people who actually need the counseling are not going to get the counseling, are not going to get counseled at all. It's going to be flipped around, and the people that actually need to receive the counseling are going to be the ones enforcing the counseling to the other parties. So it is going to be a hot mess, you guys. And nonetheless, I will recap whatever clips drop about it. But nonetheless, because as you guys know, several people are still blacking out this show, but still keeping tabs on what is going on via other avenues. So there is that. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.